What's going on, y'all? It's your boy ZaeArroyo coming at you live with another video. And on today's video, I just wanted to sit and talk to y'all for a little bit. My top surgery is coming up here soon, and I've just been really thinking about, the transgender community and how the community has helped me figure out who I am and how I would like to kind of pass it on to the next generation of trans kids and share my story and share how I got here and how long it took me to get here. And hopefully, y'all can relate to this in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, let's get to it. But yeah, y'all, so I guess I should start. We can take it way back to when I was a little kid, I guess. I was always getting asked, are you a boy or are you a girl? And it was such a hard question for me to answer because people would tell me I was a girl, but I felt like a boy, and what a random, strange thing to be going through. And so for me personally, that's just kind of what happened, Eventually, of course, I started to tell people that I was a boy and that my mom made me dress up like a girl. And then I got in trouble one day for wearing my brother's clothes to elementary school. And after that, pretty much everything changed, and I started just considering myself a girl. And even though I was very tomboy and I didn't have like a boyfriend or anything in middle school, even though all my friends did, it felt weird. Like I was like, oh, boys don't like me, but at the same time, I didn't really care because I really had crushes on girls. But that's another story, another topic, I guess. And then you fast forward to 2013 when I moved to Texas, and YouTube was actually having this like event for Pride Month, and where they shared stories of people in the LGBT community, and they really like promoted their videos and stuff. And this is where I learned what being transgender is, and he opened my eyes to the possibilities, but at the same time, it really scared me. I really like identified with it, but I still couldn't necessarily understand. Like I was still 13, and I had still like never met anybody like that. I didn't understand what was happening, so I had talked to my grandma about it, like pretty much broke down crying to her. And I was like, if I'm gay, like, will you still love me? And she was like, yeah, of course I will. And so that was great. I ended up coming out to my mom as bisexual, and then of course came out as a lesbian. But this whole time that I was doing that, I did know that I was trans. I just knew that I couldn't tell people that, right? So one day, I get all my cousins in the room, and it's probably like some holiday or something, all of my cousins, and I sit them down and I'm like, hey, you guys, I want to be a boy. I'm transgender, means I want to be a boy. And, here's some people that have done that. This is what it means for me. Do you think that I should tell the grown-ups? And they were like, no, I don't think you should. You should wait until you're 18. Like, that's pretty heavy stuff. I don't think they're going to accept you. I think they might kick you out, So that just kind of put the fear in my head some more that I shouldn't come out. That I shouldn't come out to my family, and I shouldn't be living my true life. And so now I'm like, 15 or 16, having this conversation with my cousins, and just puts a lot of fear in me. So for the next like year or so, I really do keep it a secret from my family, but I didn't keep it a secret from my girlfriends, So now I'm having girlfriends, and I'm going through this phase where I come out to them, I tell them I'm trans, and I just kind of put all the pressure on them to make me feel like a man and to use the right pronouns and stuff like that. And so fast forward again to me being about 16 or 17, and I come out to my mom, and it's really heavy. It's a really crazy conversation, but she took it a lot better than I thought she would. And that was great, and that was pretty much the start of me transitioning. A few months later, I started hormones, and that was a whole journey in itself. I feel like I could go into like literally every part that I touch of this story. It could be a whole nother video. It was just me explaining how that situation went. So if y'all would like me to explain any situation a little bit more in depth, of course, drop a comment down below. But yeah, so I start hormones, and I go to the appointment, I guess, for the endocrinologist, and I had no idea really what I was doing. I knew that it was like for my hormones, but I didn't know that the doctor was going to be so supportive that she was going to allow me to start hormones that day. So we go in for the test. We're talking a little bit with my mom and myself, and you know, she's like, hey, you know, Megan is your therapist, and, you know, they share an office together, the endocrinologist and my therapist. She's like, yeah, I mean, you've been going to Megan for a little while, you know, you've been, you've known what being transgender was for a few years, and I mean, do you want to wait? Do you want to keep waiting? I was like, no, of course not. She was like, yeah, I mean, you waited for a pretty long time. So, my aunt, who was a nurse, actually ended up giving me my first shot. It was in my leg. Yeah, and then kind of went through, you know, telling myself that, hey, when I turn 18, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to have top surgery. And then 18 comes and you realize that, you know, you need a letter and it's expensive and you need insurance and all this stuff. And so there hasn't really been a time where all of those things kind of fell in line with each other, where I had insurance, where I had the letter, and I had some source of income. So right now, you know, finally got to schedule my top surgery date. It's in less than a month, and but I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I don't know what the future holds for me, you know, but I'm definitely excited. I'm gonna keep y'all with me, keep y'all posted. I'll take y'all with me through the process of me getting my top surgery. So just wanted to share this little piece of my story for anybody else that might relate to it, that might benefit from it at all. I know that there's not a lot of people out in the world that are telling you that you're normal, that this is something that other people go through, you know, and probably not a lot of people, if you're a kid, you know, that are older than you, that are telling you that, you know, your parents will accept it eventually, your family will accept it eventually, and if they don't accept it, it's okay, because then you're a grown up and you can pretty much do whatever you want, you know. And I wish just somebody would have told me when I was younger that just keep on going. It was my goal, you know, month after month, year after year, to just get parts of the process moving. And sometimes I would start, you know, I would start going to a therapist, or I would get my letter even, or I would go to a consultation for top surgery, or, you know, and I just couldn't complete all the rest of the steps of the process, for whatever reason, you know. But that happens a lot in life with all types of goals, not just with this, you know. So I'm simply sharing this story that hopefully somebody can relate to it, that, you know, I just kept on going after it, and now here we are, a month out, and we're getting her done, you know. So thank y'all so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also share it if you got something out of it and you think that somebody else you know might get something out of it. But yeah, see you on the next one. Schmirp.